So I was traveling for like 20 days, and I noticed that on my way back, my home was a mess. And I was like, how is it possible that this is exactly how I was living? But traveling has the good things. The reason I'm saying this is because before traveling, I was like, no, I don't want to travel. There's so much to do. But at the same time, I wanted like a reason to escape a little bit my reality. So I went for a trip, and I found out in the trip that I was able to be way more focused and way more stable where I was in my room just because it wasn't as cluttered as it is in here. But here's the thing, my home is being renovated, and I noticed that we just need a lot of storage to just have things organized. You don't need storage to put things that you don't use. For example, I have a ton of books. Our shelf is not big enough for the amount of books that we have, for example. Or I have a lot of sheets for our bed. And I noticed, okay, so this is what we should be working on. But at the same time, what I like about being here is that I feel like, oh, okay, I have so much to do, but it distracts me from what I actually want to do. And what I want to do is my videos. I want to record my videos. I want to read and talk and be able to focus on what I actually like. But instead, during the day, I find so many distractions. And I've been trying to be a morning person. I love being a morning person. But I think that the way my house is designed right now, it calls me into wanting to be a night owl. And so I might implement this or simply save all of my creativity and the videos for making them at night, because throughout the day I see a lot of distractions. Like I engage with more people comes and knocks at the door and want to talk, or my husband is on phone calls, or we are on team meetings, or there's always something happening. You're more hungry because a lot of things are going on. You get to see everything. You come into my room throughout the day and you will see it's cluttered and has a lot of stuff, and I felt like I got used to this. But now I'm noticing that this can definitely affect you. You can burn a lot of calories just from thinking. So imagine being in a house where your brain is always storing information from everything that is around. And that's what has been happening to me. I've been feeling extra drained because I have so much stuff. But to me, it opened my eyes and it made me notice how distracting it can be to have a lot of things around, or to have too much things going on, or throughout the day having so much going on. And it just, it drains your energy. And you have to be aware of this. You have to be aware that your environment can be draining your energy just by having clutter. And that's just how I feel now. And I want to work on it. But I notice that it's like pulling me a little bit away from where I actually want to put my focus. So, what do we do to balance this out? I promise to myself I'm not going to go to bed until I record the videos that I said I was going to record. I'm not going to go to bed until I do the things that I said that were my actual priorities. Throughout the day, what I did when I first woke up was to make a big checklist, and I did it. In my checklist, I add personal things that I want to do. For example, taking my vitamins, going to the gym, stretching, drinking my creatine, things that are important for me, gratitude, my journal, pray, visualize. I add all of those things there. I I even added that I needed to call my dad for his birthday, and we were talking on the phone for like an hour and a half. And it is worth it because it's my family and they're far away. And then I wrote down my personal business that I want to do, and I have six stuff that I could have done that I didn't do it. But at least I have it written down there. And tomorrow I'm going to see it again. And the next day I'm going to see it again. And like that, it will be for the next months. And because I have it written down, then I know exactly what I have to do. I'm always going through my checklist, but the first pages, the latest pages. I'm always going through them because there's always something that I'm telling to myself that I'm not following up with. Or sometimes, like from the moment I came back from my trip, I noticed that I had so many ideas. I had so many ideas, but my brain was so busy with the amount of thoughts that I had throughout the days right after coming from the trip, because of the amount of things that are going on here, that it wasn't clear for me to be like, oh, that's a great idea. Let's do it. When I was on a trip and I was in an Airbnb and I was being a little bit more productive, except when people will come in, that's when I will get distracted. But when nobody was there and I was in my room for hours, I was able to. It was such an amazing frequency because I was with myself and I knew what I wanted and I had my thoughts with me, exactly what I wanted to be thinking, exactly what I wanted to be doing. It was amazing. And now I'm back and I have like all these old patterns trying to come back to me and I just want to lay down and scroll. Why this is happening to me, I think is because I'm not balancing out my schedule and the things that I want to be doing. And instead, I just get distracted and I'm like, oh no, this should be here. We should move this. We should focus on this. We should declare the closet. We should declare this, declare a corner. I've been doing that and it feels so much better already. But I feel like I need to balance it out with recording and doing the things that actually matter to me. And I'm sure that you might feel the same way about your life too. You could be doing so many things. Life can keep you very busy. But if you don't do the five things or three things that are the most important to you, you're always going to feel overwhelmed and you're going to be thinking of ways to escape from what you're doing because you are choosing to focus on the things that are just there distracting you. They're not important. They're not important at all. What is important is that you do the things that actually matter to you that are going to take you to the goals that you want to have. Why I say this, why this is important, because no matter what you do throughout the day, you're going to go to bed and you're going to be questioning your whole life and your entire decisions throughout the day of why you are doing what you're doing. But if you do exactly what you want to be doing, in my case, which is recording the video, sitting down and journaling, and the things that I put in my checklist, I'm going to feel so much better about myself and my life. So then I write down YouTube. I said to myself, post this many videos, record this many videos, edit the thumbnails, and then just check them out. The fun part about having a checklist is literally checking it out. It's like as satisfying as listening to ASMR, as watching videos about slime or what you actually like. But having a checklist could be very satisfying. And sometimes just making the checklist, it will give you more clarity. If you don't finish all those things the same day, that's fine. Guess what? You have another day tomorrow to do those things. But at least today, what would you feel more comfortable finishing or doing and getting it done that will make you feel like better about working out about it next day? So I knew that what will make my day so much better today at least was taking one action that is a vote to the type of person that I want to become. And it's a good habit, which is creating my checklist. I said, I don't want to go throughout the day just calling people or just talking, just moving stuff around, cleaning the house. I don't want to do all of that until I have my checklist. Why? Because as I'm living my life in my house, I go to the bathroom and I'm like, oh, this should be done. I should be doing this. Oh, that's not in its place. And I think all of this is because I have ADHD. And so my brain works that way. Whatever I do is like, oh, that needs to be done. That needs to happen. And so tonight I even had a really good idea and I said, you need to talk to yourself before you go to bed. Like if you were talking to your kid that just went to school. You want to ask your kid the right questions. What did you do today? What was the funniest thing about being at school today? What would you have liked to do better today? What would have made your day better? What did you learn from others? Or those type of questions, but for yourself. Tell me, what did you do today? And just go through your checklist. And I was doing a morning checklist with all the things that I want to do. But then I noticed that I think it's as important to at night write down the things that you did throughout the day. And I found myself doing things that I was like, I didn't have to do that. For example, today I was like, oh, let's try to see if this desk looks better in my room. I put it in my room and then I noticed, no, it makes it look more cluttered. And I'm like, I just wasted my energy and my time because of trying to do things that are not aligned with what I actually want to do. So getting distracted could be the thing. Getting distracted is not funny, but I think that if you balance it out and you're like, okay, today these many things will help me to make these other things easier to get them done. In my case, it's just like decluttering in my office. If I declare it more, it'll be easier for me to focus and what actual matters. On my desk right now, for example, I have this because I want to have the habit of doing this, but then I notice, is it actually aligned with what I want to be doing? And the reason I ask this question is because I'm writing usually. I'm recording my videos or I'm working on the computer. And so I don't use much this. So maybe I just have to put it away. Then on my desk I have this thing. So it's just decoration, but I notice it is causing clutter in my home. And so if you wanna increase your productivity, if you want to increase your focus, make things that are obvious for you and try to let go of the things that you actually don't need in front of you, because what you see, it matters. It matters so much. Your eyes are the filter of your soul. So your soul should be looking at things that excite you. You can even create a vision board. On your vision board, you can divide it in four things that you want. For example, in your lifestyle, you want this. Then on the other square, you say, in relationships, I want this. Physically, I want these goals. And then you have the other square where you choose like who you want to surround your, what you want to be surrounded by, maybe. You decide. That's exactly what I did in my notebook. I created vision board 1 option and vision board 1, vision board 2 option. And in each of them, in each of the squares, I created what I actually think it will be cool for my vision board. But when you have a vision board, it should be something that inspires you and that it excites you. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If you want to watch more content, I invite you to subscribe and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.